Hi everyone, this is Francisco, and I wanted to talk about this idea that I thought of that will shock a lot of you. It's basically a generator. So, to generate electricity, so if you're not into that, then you're watching the wrong video. But I will draw some stuff out to help all of you understand what I'm thinking. And the simplest one, I'm going to show you guys the simplest concept that I thought of. But then right after that, I'm going to show you guys and reveal to you guys a continual procedure but in the beginning it will be like the one I will be sharing first before I concepted and I perfected it even more in my mind. So let's take this line here as an example, and basically so these here represent magnets. Let me just break it down to one. Think about the Faraday flashlight. Okay? You know, like the flashlights, you go like that. And it generates electricity because the magnet is going back and forth through the coils. And then it goes into a capacitor, like a little battery that's rechargeable or reusable. Once the energy goes in it, houses it, and then depletes it. In the Faraday flashlight, obviously it's with the light bulb, the light. So technically, I didn't have to draw this line here, but it'll be a pattern like that. And that is the track. That outer line is the track. And let's say one side has the negative side and the other one has the positive side. So there's the North Pole and the South Pole. So we have the North and then the South. So this will circulate then basically it'll travel this way at all times. And when it passes on one side, it will basically force there will be a bigger magnet that will repel the other magnets to, like, kind of like pistons in a vehicle. It will drive them as the big magnet is going. It's forcing the magnets to rapidly go to the other side. So it'll go all the way up. And let's say there's, 100 magnets. So the bigger magnet will go up, force the magnets to the left, and it'll go all the way up. So by the end of that half cycle, all these fixed magnets basically that slid all the way to the left will stay there. And it will do it naturally with no effort of our own. Because that's the law of a magnet. That's how magnets naturally respond or react to one another. So the track basically will be to keep the outer magnet to stay in line, to stay in alignment to the other magnets that are within that center line. Now, when it goes around the other way, we have the south. So it would have to churn. When it churns, basically, when it goes back down this way, when it loops around, the magnet will churn so that it will flip it. The machine will flip it. The machine I'm discussing with everyone, the magnet will flip, and then it'll go down again, and it will trigger every single magnet, which I stated 100 of them. So when it comes back down, all the magnets will then be shifted to the right side. This side. To the right side. So all the magnets will be over here now. And in the center, or in between them, there will be coils, kind of like Faraday flashlights. And those 100 different magnets in the center line will be like Faraday flashlight, the same way that they're built in a Faraday, like the same way that a Faraday flashlight is built. That's how every single little thing will be. So there'll be 100 of them in this case. Okay? And that thing could run all day long, forcing the magnets this way. When it goes up, when it loose around, it will force them the other way. Okay, so that's why I drew this. Okay, but then I thought about it longer in my mind, just briefly right now, like under an hour, maybe longer, maybe 2 hours. Then I thought, wait a minute. This is like the law of leverage. Like, okay, let me just simplify it. Like, I was just watching some videos regarding, well, it was a history channel, or a history documentary re- about what the heck were they called? Or what are they called? They're like in jacks to lift vehicles. Hydraulics. Yeah, hydraulic systems. It's kind of like that but with the logic behind it. You can lift up a car just with a stick, and you keep going like that. Once you do that, it builds up pressure or whatever, and it can lift up the vehicle. Okay? So what I'm about to tell you guys is something similar to that. With little effort of our own, we'll be able to create a lot more energy as opposed to us having to do the work. The machine will do the work for us. Now we can do it by hand, spinning the wheel by hand, or we can basically, what I mean by that is, okay, think about a water dam. A water dam they were created to generate electricity. And how did people even think about installing a generator right below a waterfall? Well, that's simple. That logic is simple. Think about a small turbine generator. If you were to have a big swimming pool at the bottom and one, like a small scaled waterfall. So it's either you can grab a cup, fill it up with water, a bucket. You can grab a bucket, fill it up with water, put it on the very top, and that water will just instantly fall down, cause the turbine to spin, and then the water will instantly be at the bottom again. But imagine you doing that over and over and over again. That's free energy. You can do that all day long, but guess what? You're going to get tired. So these people thought about that, and they thought, well, if we look into nature, hundreds and thousands of gallons per minute, whatever, are falling naturally. So that's how we thought about that. Like, think about the Niagara Falls. There's a lot of gallons of water falling down naturally, right? So that's why they created dams to generate electricity. So I thought about this idea, but then I thought, well, when the magnet from in the first like diagram that I'm creating here, once the thing goes up, all the way up, yeah, it moved the magnets to the left, like it's naturally supposed to occur within this machine that I verbally and illustratively expressed to you all. But those magnets are then at standby. They're, after that, nothing's happening. Until what? Until it comes back down. Once it comes back down, all the magnets get shifted to the right. But still, once it's down here, the magnets are on standby again. So I thought, okay, so now with that in mind, let's think about a piston. Like, pistons. One goes up, another one goes the other way. One goes this way, the other one goes this way. One goes this way, the other one goes this way. Okay? So let's think about that for as a in a quick way. So basically what I did is I looped it. I looped this into a circle. So as this thing is spinning, it will affect all of them at all times. But there has to be a cutoff point to a certain amount of magnets. Okay? Maybe just one, but I'm thinking like 4 at least. But okay, so I think about like a train, okay? So you have a train, and let's say that train is squared. So basically, instead of this thing going like this around, this over here will be over here now. Instead of this, and I can't really see, this will be over here now. Okay? So these things will be magnets, and as soon as one has like it gets near one, it's going to shoot it to the left hand side. But it's going to be fully wrapped, encased. So as soon as it shoots it that way, and the same unit is going to continue, and on the other side is going to have the opposite, is going to send it this way, and then it's going to continue, and that's going to continue to happen. So another one's going to come up, send it this way. As that goes up, it's going to send the magnet the other way, and so on and so forth. And that's going to be a full circle of this occurrence at all times. So it's going to be a circle and a circle, but there's two layers, similar to a 2-story building. So think about a house, the first story, and then you have a second story. Okay? Like this. House. So, looking at it at an angle, it'll be like that. Okay? So that's the pattern. And this here will be the magnets. So it'll spin this way, or it could spin this way or this way. It could either spin clockwise or counterclockwise. It doesn't really matter. Okay, and I could even grab like a different color. And that'll be the bottom story. Like that. Now, when this goes over here, these, all the blue ones will shift like that. Once it turns, all the magnets in the center will go the opposite direction. If it spins again, they're gonna go the other way. If it spins again, that way. So it's just going to be a steady generator, and that effect is going to happen. So it's a pattern. Okay, kind of like a wood saw or a chainsaw. For cutting wood, like the tools. Like right. So it's a pattern like this. Those are patterns, right? And it would have to be built with a computer. Like, it has to be precise for this to work accurately and with with accuracy, like, because everything has to be positioned professionally. And so, like, let's think about remember I told you guys the Faraday flashlight. That's all it is. It's just a flashlight. And the magnet is in here. And the coils are right here. That's all it is, right? That's all it is. And all you have to do is go like that, and then the flashlight, once you push the button, it turns on. It's that simple. There's nothing complicated about it. So what this thing is doing is what this thing over here is doing is basically, once it goes over here, this will be on this side. So this way, it'll jump over here. From here, there. So let me see here. I'm not really recording it right. So this is the magnet, and then we want to make it go this way. To make it go that way, like that. And and the same will be true for the other side. Okay, so, and that will happen all day long. But it has to be perfect. It has to be perfect. Perfect. So those circles, everything about this unit is perfect in my mind. Just like the Faraday flashlight. Okay, just like that. Of course, with computers, we can make this happen. And okay, so there could be a lever. Let's see here. There could be a lever. Right? So that's how we get that's exactly how we get the hydraulic system concept in mind. Because all you have to do is go like that, and it's like a fast car. It's just going to ramp it up. And as you're doing that, the voltage, the power, you know, because I know you guys are retarded as a motherfucker out there. The power, electricity, power,